Have just been to the vets again. She's not been feeling very well. We've had lots of tummy upsets and blood in her poo, things like that, and it's all been happening in the house and outside the house, and she's just struggling to control it a little bit. So we took her to the vets. They've done some blood tests and the blood tests came back not great. They said it could be an anomaly. So we waited around for like 10-15 minutes and they redid them, which was really good, and luckily they came back fine. And they've also sent off some blood to be tested for Addison's disease, basically, because they said it could be Addison's disease because she's not been 100% well since we got her when she was a puppy, and she's been a bit stockier. Just there's lots of things there. And actually someone on Instagram actually messaged me and said make sure you check for that, and I didn't think anything of it, but then when the vet mentioned it I was like, okay, we're going to test for this, because if 2 people have said it, I want to check for it. Anyway, I don't know, we've got her on some medication to help hopefully clear things up, and we'll see how she goes. To say Hazel finally got some antibiotics and is finally feeling so much better, as you probably can tell here. Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 times back and forward from the vets before we finally got antibiotics, and she's feeling so much better, so that was a real relief. We didn't know what was causing it. We think it was this like parasite thing that you can pick up from the water, but you know, either way, whatever it was, she's so much better. We've sent off some samples of poop, which may or may not tell us something, and hopefully that doesn't happen again, and she just remains feeling better. So about, I don't know, 3 days ago, I dug up all my tulips, and I've saved all of the bulbs, and I'm going to be planting those all around the lawn in the front garden for next year. And in here I've got musselburgh leeks, I've got rainbow carrots, I've got peas, and I've got runner beans growing. And I thought this could be like a little veg patch for this year because the field's not ready. And we'll see how these all do. This is my first year doing hanging baskets at this cottage, and I have to say I think this looks so lovely. I've used natural wool here, which is from the UK and completely organic, and the birds have loved it a little bit as well. So I have put some with my daughter, we put some in a ball, coconut ball, for them to pluck out, which helped a lot. But yeah, they seem to have stopped nesting now, and I'm loving the way that the hanging baskets are starting to look. This one's really coming into its own. So we've got begonias, and we've got lots of other beautiful little flowers just dotted throughout. I think these ones look stunning. And in my tiny little greenhouse, I've got lots of yummy things growing. So I've got spinach here, I've got rocket, and I've got courgettes, cucumbers, peppers, chilies, and millions of tomatoes. We've got an aubergine. This is the aubergine, and I think it's all doing really, really well. Even got some basil growing here. And then over here in my other little greenhouse, we've got, these are mostly cut flowers. Some are doing better than others, and some need, I think they need a little bit of water. I did water them yesterday. So I've got straw flowers growing here, which I'll plant out. I will plant a lot of these out in the next couple of weeks. We've got sweet rocket. I've got some over here. I've got some hyssop and blue poppies growing, and pink pom-pom poppies, hopefully. I've only just put those in last week. And then down here are my dahlias. An overflow of tomatoes here. And then down here I've got courgettes. We've unfortunately had a lot of issues with rats, as you can see, all along here and all the way up to up here, which is joining our neighbours, and our neighbours got a bit of a worse problem than we do from looking at this. So you can see they've managed to get into the thatch, which, yes, we're aware needs redoing. It's just costs and things. And yeah, they're causing quite a lot of problems, so we're gonna have to try and figure that out. Our neighbour here is having their roof done, and that discovered lots and lots more rat holes in there, so we're probably gonna have to get ours done as well. So that's just something that came up over the last week as well, and we're gonna try and figure that out in the most humane way we can. Well, thank you so much for watching today's YouTube. I hope you really enjoyed it. It's been an interesting week to say the least. It has been enjoyable and fun in lots of ways, but then obviously in other ways, with Hazel not being very well, and us coming down with colds, and our car not working, which we got fixed in the end. It turned out to just be the battery needing replacing, thank goodness, because that could have been very expensive and very scary. But the battery that we did have in the car was the original battery from when the car was first made, and it just needed replacing, so that was fortunate. So that was only, I think it ended up being about £170, which is still a lot of money, because I know you can pick batteries up cheaper elsewhere, but when you've got a young child, your dog's ill, and I was away for work, John didn't really have any option other than to go and get a battery from, I think we went to Halfords or somewhere. And anyway, everything seems to be so much better, and yeah, on to another hopefully lovely warm spring week at the cottage, as all my roses, as you will have seen, are starting to bloom.